Israel is defending an airstrike it launched into Beirut, Lebanon yesterday, saying the action is in response to Hezbollah's efforts to rebuild and rearm. Israel claims it killed Hezbollah's chief of staff in this strike. Health officials say at least 5 people were killed and dozens injured. The Israeli military released video showing the explosion in Beirut's southern suburbs. This was the first time in more than 5 months that Israel has bombed Lebanon's capital. Tom Perry joins me now from Jerusalem. So, Tom, what is the latest reaction to yesterday's airstrike?
Well, Israel says it was going after this senior Hezbollah commander, Ali Tabtabai. He was chief of staff of Hezbollah. We've seen the images coming out of Beirut, the southern part of Beirut, this apartment block with holes just blown through it, with debris scattered everywhere, and with rescue workers standing around really just examining the damage. Now, Israel says this was a targeted attack. Benjamin Netanyahu calls this commander a murderer, a terrorist. But as for this being a targeted attack, as you pointed out, the Lebanese health ministry says that 5 people were killed in this attack, 28 others injured. Hezbollah put out a statement saying that Israel had crossed a red line. There has been a ceasefire in Lebanon for nearly a year. It'll actually be a year this week. But Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel will do whatever it takes to make sure that Hezbollah does not rearm and pose a threat to Israel. And he's called on the Lebanese government to live up to the ceasefire deal and start disarming Hezbollah.
What's happening as the head of Israel's military has taken disciplinary action against some senior IDF commanders over the attack on October 7th. What do we know about that?
That's right. So Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir called about a dozen senior members of the military to his office yesterday, Sunday, to tell them that they were either being dismissed or reprimanded. Now, a number of these people had already resigned, so this was in a sense symbolic, but this will go in their record. And this is because of what he calls failures on October 7th. He put out a statement. He said the IDF failed in its primary mission to protect the people of Israel. He called it a severe, resounding and systemic failure. So acknowledging just the scale of what went wrong on that day when 1,200 Israelis were killed, another 250 were taken hostage by Hamas. Now, this comes at a time when Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing calls for an independent inquiry, a wider inquiry into what went wrong on October 7th. Netanyahu has offered to do what he's calling a government inquiry. So a government committee would decide who would be on this investigation, what its terms would be. We saw thousands of people in the streets of Tel Aviv on Saturday night saying that's not enough, that there has to be an independent inquiry, independent of government. And they're worried that what Netanyahu is trying to do is avoid some tough questions about his own potential failings leading up to that terrible day.
Thanks so much for this, Tom. That's Tom Perry in Jerusalem.